All right. Okay. We're good. We're live. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. Hello, everybody on
Hey,
the chat. Welcome back. Um, Thank you again for being here and being our supportive tribe. We are so grateful for you. Um, what is going on, Maree? Anything new that we haven't talked about in the land
yay,
down under?
yay, hi. There was, because of course I went back to Perth for my brother's funeral last week, and of course the news was on and stuff, and so I was watching it, and I thought to myself, I must remember this to tell Elisa and everyone next week. And do you think I can remember what it was now? It's just gone. That's how relevant it is to me. It's just gone. Doesn't make. And I was thinking, oh wow, this would be really. I should tell them this one. Yeah, got nothing. That's just absolutely nothing.
God, that
So
makes me feel better because that happens to me all the time.
yeah. Oh good. Oh good. And I was so going. Oh wow, this is really interesting how they're putting this across, and this is being perceived, and yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, I actually don't have anything. It's been a. It feels like I was saying yesterday on the show. It feels like it's been about 6 weeks since I've been on here. It's like a lot's been packed into the week, and yeah. So it's like, yeah, I know. I haven't even sat and thought about what might be going on. So yeah, yeah.
Definitely, because you've been going through, all
But
that,
it's been crazy. But I
emotional.
really did. I remember thinking, oh my goodness, I must remember this. And I do remember a few comments that were said to me by some family members about certain things happening in the US. And I just thought, oh, they did such a good job at indoctrination over here. It was like,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
I remember that. I remember thinking, okay. So
Hi,
what about
Dennis.
you? Hi,
I wanted to
Dennis.
say hi to Dennis because, sometimes, we're blessed that he's here with us today. So,
Yes.
yeah. So, with me, just trying to figure out what to do with my videos. As you know, I am being pushed to put videos out of my life, but my life is so like nothing, like a big nothing burger, so it's really hard to like just get on and go, well, I picked some shells in the beach. Hey, Allie. Um,
Oh, hi,
so
Ellie.
yeah, so it's been me trying to figure out like what is it that I'm supposed to show? And I know it's supposed to be my life and what a life of freedom looks like, right? But
Yeah.
it's
Elisa, I just
difficult.
had a thought. I just had a thought for you. Can you pick poignant moments where you know how when we get an aha moment, they're often really easy to remember moments, and it might be something very simple, but all of a sudden you go, oh, how could I have not seen it this way before? Maybe you could pick poignant moments from your life and put those up.
Yes, absolutely. I actually thought about maybe like writing a book about it. And then when I'm telling the story, that's when I start remembering, oh, yeah, that's when this came in. Oh, that's when this thought came in, like when all these. So I thought of maybe doing that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's been, the time I've been spending trying to be creative as they're pushing me to be creative. So, there are these I can't call them shells, but they look like a shell made of mother of pearl. And they're
Mhm.
all over. And it's black mother of pearl and it's white mother of pearl and like a yellowish mother of pearl. And when you pick them up, they kind of disintegrate, almost not disintegrate, but they break up in pieces. And I'm like, this would look really cool on canvas on, like if I made up like a petal or a flower or something where I would put this crushed mother of pearl so that it would come out, on the 3D.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
almost, and then I went to a shattered glass class where you use resin. And I'm like, oh, I could do resin on top of the mother of pearl because I wasn't sure how I was going to stick it to the canvas. but the resin would stick it to the canvas. And then if I could use a glue gun as the edge of the petal, then the resin can stay on that area. And then I just paint the glue part in gold, because I had seen somebody else do this on YouTube, and they just paint that area in gold. So I was thinking of maybe doing that. So combining those three things, and just trying to come up with creative ways of doing something, because that's what
Yeah.
they're pushing me to do.
Yeah. And yeah, and like that's sort of the time sometimes when you'll see something like that, and because you're looking for a different way to express it or to communicate it, that's when you'll get your creative ideas, because you're open to it. So
Yeah, and having the root chakra open as well. Like, I'm noticing more and more when my root chakra is blocked, there is less connection with people. Like, I don't feel connected to people. There's no creativity. It's just interesting, because I know creativity is the sacral chakra, but it's almost like everything comes in through the root. So if the root's blocked, it's almost like it blocks everything else. It's really interesting.
totally. It is interesting, and it was interesting with one of the meditations I did a couple of weeks ago, where they showed me to bring the red in just underneath the soul, I think the soul star chakra, because that's grounding through the other realms into this realm as well through us. So the red then got inverted, so it was both ways. So yeah, so your base chakra relates to family, balance, holistic health, abundance, security, grounding, instinct, so much, and if we don't have that, then how else is anything else going to flow, even from the upper chakras? So yeah, so you're spot on with that base chakra opening. And we do suppress that a lot when we've been in fear, like with family, if we felt misplaced, or if we felt abandoned, or any of those, which often will correlate to other chakras. It's that base chakra that can be fractured, or that base chakra that can be traumatized. So so you're spot on.
Yeah. So it's just been interesting, the things that that are happening, and trying to get ready for a Vipassana retreat, which is 10 days of complete
Yes.
silence. And yeah, I still haven't been able to sit down for more than an hour, but I haven't tried. But you're talking 10 days.
The only one you can talk to is yourself in your head. Oh God, literally.
Well,
When are you planning on this one?
it's in May, and I'm on the waiting list. I don't know yet if I'm going to be allowed, I'm going to go yet, but um, I wanted to see what happens when you get to the end of the line of thoughts. Because I know 10 days is enough for all the thoughts I could ever want to think, And I'm like, okay, so now I'm going to get to the end of the line of the thoughts. What's there?
Wow, I know. I've done one for about 3 or 4 days. And it was amazing, because we were also doing mandala meditations and all sorts of things as well. So and in the end, I didn't actually want to talk. It was just this. It was so peaceful.
Peace. I can't imagine it's just peaceful. Like, you just don't want to look at your phone. You don't want to talk to people. You just want to be. You just want to be.
Yeah. So well, that'll be really interesting to see how you go with that one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
definitely.
we'll see how it goes. I mean, if it's meant to be, I'm sure that the way I hear that when you're on the waiting list, people drop off all the time.
Yeah. It's a big
So
commitment.
yeah. Yeah. So I'm hoping that will come about. So yeah.
Oh, that'll be good.
So yeah, so today I only have really 4 questions I'm going to talk about. Again, I've been kind of stepping out of the of the you know of what's going on in the movies. So it's important, you guys, to put questions on the chat, so we have questions to ask after, and if not, we'll talk about some other stuff. So, um, so what I wanted to ask about, so supposedly the mainstream media had been taken over by the good guys, but I'm still seeing the CNN trying to everything is oh, Trump cuts jobs and people are sad or whatever. Like it's all always like negative against the current administration. And I'm like,
Mm,
I thought that we had taken over the media. Like, I don't understand.
mm, I know. Yeah, I know some of the things that are going on, you just go, not quite sure why this is happening. What is that
Yeah.
about? So yeah. So what
Yeah.
do you want me to ask? What should we ask the cards?
So, maybe we should go like the big one. So with CNN, is CNN still being managed by the bad guys?
Okay, let's have a look and see.
And I will put you here and move you here so we can see you better.
Ooh, that one's hot. Is it that one? Yeah.
Because really, I mean, I'm just getting tired of the constant negative. They're taking everything and twisting it around and like, putting out videos of people crying because they got that they were let go from their job and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Interesting. The first card up is the Empress card. So I would say that it's not being run by the bad guys, because to me this is a very positive, creative aspect. And then it's got the King of Pentacles. So this is coming from a master creator. So, and then we've got the Two of Pentacles. Now this one means we either need to ask more questions or it's a no. So it's a no to the bad guys running it, CNN. But it's also making people ask questions, because there's so much more information coming through from different places now that people are seeing glimpses of. So seeing that still coming through from somewhere like CNN, they're going to maybe be going, well, why are they saying that? But yet all of this is coming through from this different place. So I feel like that Two of Pentacles is telling me that it's still weighing up. People are weighing up pros and cons, or they're asking more questions because of it. So that's what I'm getting with the CNN especially. Actually, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. So I don't know why this question came to mind, so I'm going to ask it. So, we had heard that with the jab thingy, people were going to be mind controlled through the 5G towers. And I'm thinking Trump derangement syndrome. Is that, I mean, I can't imagine that they have control anymore over that. So I don't know if Trump derangement syndrome is coming from that, which I just can't see it
let's
being
see.
possible.
So was that an aspect of
So I mean, is it just,
mm,
where is it coming? Where is this coming from? This Trump derangement syndrome? Like,
okay, let's just have a look and see. I'll just ask that question outright then. Where is it coming from? What's the greatest? Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so yeah. So the people that have that, see how, to me, this Page of Cups it's a small emotional aspect, and there's a little bit of wisdom in that emotional thing. So that's all they focus on, is their emotional aspect of it. Three of Pentacles, this is definitely a contract. So when I pulled this card, when it came up, it was almost like there was a contract to really hone in on people that were already pro the opposite and push. And then we've got the Emperor. So it was to basically take him down. And some people, it's never going to change. They cannot change that belief system. And I'm also going to ask if the medication that was available and given, if that actually has disallowed or decreased the cognitive ability of people to actually ask questions and to did I just lose a card down there? Nope, it's all right. to ask questions or to change their mind once they've been indoctrinated, like, yeah, by the media, basically. Let's just have a look and see. Is
So you're
that
saying it's
actually a
just,
thing?
yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to come out because the judgment cards come up. So it actually will come out, that it affects, um, people's mind. But they already had to have almost that, oh no, I vote this way, that person, I don't like one thing he did. So, and that got played on by the media, which is what we've been talking about.
Right. So it has to do with people that got the thingy.
There is an aspect with that inability they've got more rigidity, so they can't even then probably question. So, but they already had to have had that seed planted anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember too, what I've noticed just over the years, people that have that particular syndrome, they're usually the loudest, the most vocal, the most aggressive. And so therefore they get heard a lot more. Whereas I've noticed that people that are more pro, the Mr. T side, they tend to be more logical. They tend to be not as emotive, not so emotionally triggered.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And that's me as an outsider, as an observer, because I didn't know much at all about American politics or who was in or anything. So just having observed it. So that's probably why there seems to be a lot more than what there actually is.
Okay.
So I think we're going to have to wait a little while because the Hanged Man came up. So for all of those places to start changing, I think it's going to take a little bit of time.
I can't wait to see when he gets rid of the IRS. What are they going to find wrong about that? Like, seriously, like, I cannot wait to see what excuse they're going to come up with for that. I can't.
I know.
It's going to be interesting. That's all I have to say. It's just going to be interesting. So there is a funny news that I saw. So BRICS, right? The currency, not currency, but the 5 countries that initially got together to create a new currency, and it's called BRICS. And the B is for Brazil. The R is for Russia, I for India, blah blah blah. I saw news today that Brazil is leaving BRICS.
Oh, really?
And they are the first letter.
So what's it going to be, Ricks?
I guess. So I thought that was so funny. So what is that all about? Can the cards tell us what happened, or like what is the deal behind that?
Where did you see that? Like, can I ask where you saw that?
I don't remember.
Because that's interesting too. I mean, is that some false information that's coming out?
Let's look and see if it's true or not first.
Yeah, first. Yeah. Is that, oh, gee, that one's really sore. Is that true?
I just thought it was hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Because it's like this movie, just sometimes it's a funny movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is. There's been some action taken because we've got our Page of Wands, so there is some small action taken. And when we get our Knight of Pentacles, it's a message. Definitely, it's a message for some reason. And the 5 of Swords. So this is going to cause a lot of confusion in people's minds. So I'd love to know.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up, because I'm confused. I'm like, wait, that was the first letter on the thing. What are they going to do now?
Hilarious. Okay, let's just see if we get some clarity with this. Interesting, because then what I was getting was that when BRICS first started, it was like hope, wasn't it, for people? Like, oh my goodness, that we can get out of this system. And it actually, to me, it felt like it was finding some balance for people. So, you were going, all these countries are joining. It's almost like it was a cover story as well, is what I'm getting to.
Oh.
That just came through. Let me just see if I can confirm that, or see what I get with that. If that's, I feel like it was a cover story, because everything they were saying is what Nasara was about. Yeah. So when the Chariot comes up, it means there has to be balance before things can move forward. So it was almost like now that things are starting to move and shake in the US, obviously with Mr. T back in, it's almost like, yeah, do we need that? Because the real story is going to come out anyway. That King of Swords, he's the master of a plan. So I don't know where it came from, but I feel it's been a cover story. It certainly gave me hope. Do you know what I mean? It sort of gave me, I don't know about everyone else, but I just thought, oh, this is awesome. Da, da, da. But yeah, so maybe things have been going on behind the scene that relate to a lot of the stuff they were saying, like gold-backed currency, a new treasury note, being able to do interactions financially between countries in your own country's currency, all these things as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
I think watch that space. I think this is really intriguing. Yeah, watch the space.
It is totally intriguing because, you know, so you're saying maybe it wasn't even real at the end of the day. It was just like a hopium or a hope dream or whatever.
Or it was definitely, things were being set up with that as a cover. So meetings, all the rest of it. So things were actually being set up. So yeah. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, there
Yes.
was definitely
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
something was definitely being hidden, because when that King of Cups comes up, it's emotional, but there's things that are hidden.
Okay. So, so didn't Trump say that BRICS countries were out? So yes. So he said. So they made fun of him because he said, "I don't even think India is in BRICS anymore." Or isn't in the BRICS. And I was like, why would he say that? He knows India was part of the name. Like so I was confused when he said that.
Right.
And now it makes sense.
Yeah, and it just came through, that thought that I got about, it was a cover, but there was so much going on behind the scenes with it. So interesting. Oh, I
Yeah.
like it when we get these little, it's like a Snapchat moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So then does that mean that the reevaluation has to happen? Because before with BRICS, it was new currency. So there's no reevaluation that needed to happen. But now I'm like, well, wait, then I would think the reevaluation would happen then, would actually happen.
Let's have a look and see.
Do you understand what I mean by
Yes.
reevaluation?
Yes. So every country would need to come back to
Yeah,
a fairly stable level in comparison
for
to like the US
everybody.
dollar.
Yeah,
For
like
everybody.
like
Yeah.
Australian dollar is the same as the US dollar, the same as the British pounds. Everybody's at the same.
It'd be nice if that happened before we came over to the US. It's only at
Right?
about 63 cents at the moment.
Yes.
Expensive ice cream. All right. Okay, let's have a look and see. Okay. Whoa. Big sun card there. So to me, that's really positive. Oh, it's so bright. I don't know if you're picking up on the energy from that card, but that's really bright energy. So, oh, yeah. Oh, Knight of Pentacles. Again, there's our messenger. To me, he's trustworthy, but it's one step at a time. It's not a fast message. So,
Okay, so so from that I would think that yes, it's going to happen, right?
yeah, at some point. Yeah, Queen of Swords. So she's someone that she speaks very directly. She's yeah, she can give you and tell you how a plan's going to happen. So I don't know that it's going to happen quickly from these cards, but it's definitely very positive still at the moment with that. So yeah, Page of Pentacles, again, it's just confirming that things are going to be, reality will be one step at a time. We'll find out something new and then something new and then something new. So yeah, so
Okay.
still could be a while.
Okay, so I'm going to stay for now on the financial. The next question is financially related. I've been getting texts. First, it was Coinbase saying your confirmation code for your transfer, is whatever number. And then it said, if you didn't, submit this, call this number. And then I, of course, my intuition was like, That's going to get someone. That's so sad. So then this week it's Binance. Exact same text, but from Binance. So is this the deep state, or is it what is this? Is it just some hacker that's trying to hack people? Or let's see what the cards tell us. Like,
Yeah, what's going on with that?
yeah.
So have you sold some or done some exchange at all on that? No. Did you check where the actual address came from?
Yeah, it was just a regular random phone number. The Binance one was an 888 number, but the Coinbase one was just a regular phone number.
Oh, so was it on your was it a phone message or an email?
A text.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Coinbase, I do have a Coinbase account, but Binance, I have one, but I don't have anything in it. So
someone so we've got a king of wands. So this is someone that's pretending, or they actually are taking action as if they're the master of something. They're making themselves look really strong, but dead and buried.
It's not going to happen. Nobody's falling for it, I hope.
No. Well, you're not. So yeah. It's I don't believe, like, honestly, there's so many that I have to not text, but like emails that I have to just block,
emails for sure. I don't, but when it's coming in text, it's like, how did they know I have an account? Or is it just,
do you have a Binance account as well? Is that something that you?
I do, but I don't use it. It has nothing in it.
Yeah. It's not going to matter either way, whether it was real or a scam. It's not going to matter. That Ten of Swords tells me that it's just null and defunct, whatever it is they're doing.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to make people aware, if they do have crypto, don't ever follow any links or call any phone numbers. What I did is I went into my account just separate, not touching anything that was there. I separately opened my app and I went into my account, looked, and I said, okay, there's nothing here. So it was just, again, a lie. So just be aware, there's a lot of people trying to get, to your crypto. So, okay. What's going on with eggs? So in the US,
yes. Okay. Keep talking.
So I'm a big egg eater. I eat 3 eggs a day, sometimes more. And it's like, I'm seeing like the eggs, sometimes they don't have them available, but most of the time they do. I'm very lucky because in California, they took all the eggs out, all of them, because of the bird flu. So are they realizing that people have noticed it's a good for people, or why the attack on eggs? Like, what is the deal?
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't know. I think it was an Australian farmer was saying that they're making the egg farmers bury the eggs even when they don't have the bird flu. The big supermarkets are being run and told, no, you have to bury all your eggs. We're not buying them. So there's a lot of messages getting out for people to go and buy them directly or go to the markets to get eggs, because the stores half the time there's no eggs in them here either.
Yes.
So it's the same.
What's the deal? Why eggs? Why is a deal?
Well, you think about the bird flu virus.
Yeah, but why did they choose eggs? Like, is the eggs just because it's the bird flu, or is it because eggs are so good for you that they're trying to?
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know.
The first one up is the 5 of Pentacles. So they're definitely leaving people out in the cold, because a lot of people use eggs. You think about what eggs go in to make. They're a constituent of so much food. So for some reason, they're really creating this change. I feel it might go on for a little while as well, because we've got the Hangman there. So,
Seriously?
Yeah, if when that hanged man comes up, it means you have to surrender into the process, because it could be. So let's just have a look here and see what. Oh, this one wants to come up. Oh, but then there'll be a complete change. Okay, so you have a look though at a lot of the ways that the eggs are farmed. I mean, I only ever buy like organic or free range, fully free
Yeah,
range.
mine are, and that's why they run out very quickly. Are the only ones that are pastured raised
Yeah,
organic,
yeah,
and they are completely different than any other egg. When you open them, they're
yeah.
orange, really bright orange. All the others are yellow. So, I only buy this specific brand, and many people now have started buying this specific brand, and it's a problem.
I know. So, but that's when you need friends with chickens.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, look, there's definitely a plan behind it for some reason, but I feel it's going to also change up the system of chickens and eggs.
Oh.
So there's something going on there to change that, so that brings to people's awareness, especially around how maybe these viruses have been utilized in the past in
Oh,
situations as well. So I feel there's going to be a really big change around things.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Well,
that's
there's so much animal cruelty going on with eggs, like so much cruelty. It's horrific,
unbelievable,
horrific, horrific,
unbelievable.
horrific.
I
Yeah,
know. So
yeah,
I've got a really close friend, and she's got chickens, and like she even had implants put in when they were getting like all these problems. She had like proper little implants put in, like it's like having a beautiful pet. And then
yes,
they got better, so they can take them out, and doesn't matter if they lay or not. And they're just so gorgeous. We grew up on a farm, and I remember having all the baby ducklings and the baby chickens hatching out of the eggs, in my hands as a kid. So yeah, it's yeah, and they call it now free range. That was what they did. They went around and ate all the grubs in the garden. So that was how it needs to be again, in a way. It's like,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I actually went to a friend's house yesterday. She has horses, so it's a huge, gigantic compound, and she actually gifted me an egg. And I'm like, "Ooh, now I know who I can come to if I need to." So
exactly. And
yeah,
my friends that had chickens, they've just given them away, and I'm going, okay, yeah. But we're really blessed. We've got really good markets here that you can go to and get real proper dinky die eggs. So, but
yeah, yeah,
you're
that would be
absolutely right. When you open them, the difference is just astounding. And I remember when I was a kid, they were all like that. You'd get double yolkers, and they were bright orange, and the eggshells were hard, like they didn't just crumble, things like that.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Hi, Brian. Yeah, we are live, Brian, and we don't do personal readings on here. We do readings about things that are happening out in the world to see what's real and not real, what's true and not true. So, yeah, sorry about that. So, the next thing we're going to talk about, so if you do have a question about anything that's going on that you saw that you don't know if it's true or not, feel free to post that question, and that goes out to the rest of the crew here too, because I'm going to my last question. So okay, so hi Barbara. Okay, so the next one is Pope Francis, who's sick. Um, what is going to happen after this player character is removed? Uh,
Mm.
does that mean that there's some type of truth coming out, or like what's behind it? They're just trying to get rid of him now, or is there something more to this than just him gonna be passing away?
Definitely something's going to change, because we've got that chariot. It's waiting for a balance again. Like, it can only move forward once there's a balance. So I feel that they're sort of just waiting for that right moment, for that opportune moment before they take that action. So yeah, and there's definitely a strategy in place with that Seven of Swords coming up, definitely for a change. But they, again, look at that Two of Swords in the background. They're waiting for that balance, for the plan to sort of be put into action. I mean, I think still at this stage, things are still too turbulent for them to suddenly all of a sudden come out and go, oh, this is actually what's really been going on in the Vatican. This is what's really, it just, honestly, I think because
it's
too much.
Yeah.
Too much. So, yeah, look at this. As we're talking about it, that Five of Wands, this is conflict and action. People would just, it would blow their tiny little minds.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So the Knight of, this one to me, when this comes up, our Knight of Wands, they're just going to continue a little bit longer. He might go, but they'll bring something else in just to keep it going for the moment until it's right time for things to come out.
Okay.
So, and then we'll hopefully get one of these, the Tower card, but they're going to just play it along,
Okay, so it's not the last Pope prophecy then.
Well, you know what I was getting, interesting question, Kathy, because as I was like just tuning into the energy then, what I was getting, it's almost like there'll be someone that's not really a pope, but they'll just be like a figurehead, just to keep the little thing alive, but it won't really be a pope. Yeah, so I feel it could be. I'll ask the cards that question actually, because I was sort of getting that. I was getting something will come out of left field just to be the figurehead.
So Angel Maree, yeah, he actually, this is just an actor, I think, right now that we're seeing. It's not the real, or it could be CGI as well, actually.
Oh, very much. Well, didn't he disappear? Half of him disappeared into the wall when
Yes.
he was out there.
Yeah, he was a hologram.
Funny. All right, so I don't actually know what the last Pope prophecy is, but I'm going to ask the cards, is this sort of what's going on at the moment with that?
Yeah.
So Kathy, if you can give us more insight into what that actually means, that'd be really cool. Oh, Seven of Cups. So there will be some chaos. There'll be some emotional chaos around this last Pope thing. So, and can you imagine for people that's been their idol,
Yeah, that includes my mother.
Exactly, the world. So there's something new coming, definitely. The world is really big, but really positive change usually when the world card comes up. So something really positive, and Nine of Cups. So this is what people have been desiring and wanting. So I think that is where we're at the moment before the good stuff comes in. So yeah, look, there's definitely something that's happening, Kathy. So
yeah. All right, yay, we have a question from Maree. How exciting. Since that was my last question. Dan Bongino, previous SS, is working with Cash Now, was in with Obama. Is this plan to go after Obama as he knows and has receipts of what was happening then?
That's a really good question. Yeah. And it's interesting, Maree, because I was going, oh, why have I heard that name before? Because I noticed one of the messages from Trump was, oh, this person. But why do I know that name? So I popped in and had a little look, and he's so anti-deep state. So how evil is these people? And so I thought, ooh, this is going to be interesting. But I hadn't actually asked the question. This is why it's great coming on here. So let's have a look and see what the cards say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting, isn't it? The people that are going into these positions. What is he? So he's the deputy for the CIA, basically. Oh my goodness, got a noise out there.
Okay, I remember my next question. So I'm
good. Okay.
very happy.
Interesting. Okay. So the Page of Swords has come up first. Now, to me, this often means that not the truth's not all going to come out at once, because this is my Furphy card. This is like there'll be some truths and then there'll not be, but they're actually doing that because they're planning ahead. The action they're going to take is planning ahead for the future, so that they can let go of the past. But there will be change, and it will be emotionally balanced. And this is why the Temperance card has come up. So he's just not going to come in and go, right, they did this, and this, da, da, da. It'll be again, it's very measured. So it'll be measured. So there's definitely going to be stuff that will come out, and that's why he's there. But again, it's going to be really measured. Yeah.
Why?
King of Wands. Because
why are they measuring that?
It has to be, because you can't have chaos. This is the problem. There can't be just instant chaos. It will come out, but it will come out in a series of events, so it's logical for people to follow. Like, we found this is some evidence. Now we go to this. Now we go to this. And this is where it comes from. So it's almost going to be like a series rather than like a big flash, because
right,
yeah. So people can follow it without going insane, because it's all new to a lot of people. I mean, God, we've been insane for years, so we're fine. but some people aren't used to that, and so they So it's all just this, balance.
Yeah. Okay. So Maree has another question. Also, Matt Getz is now special pro to get Biden. Is this also to track from Biden to Obama?
Okay, let's have a look and see. Well, that's my secret card. So the High Priestess is up. So there's definitely, secret stuff that is going to come out when that comes up, because and it's going to really be a bummer for a lot of people, that Five of Cups. So this is your grief card. So a lot of people are going to go, oh, but we thought he was amazing, But again, look, there's 2 cups in the background. They're really keeping things balanced emotionally. How many times have we had those 2s come up? That 7 of Swords, again, the 2 swords in the background, the 2 of Wands, everything. They are really, really managing this to keep it balanced, so that the grief and all of the loss, people are going to feel duped. We've got our World card again. So it's all going to be new and wonderful. So it's almost like they'll counterbalance that with something so positive that it will take that grief. People can move out of their grief very quickly. So, you're right, Maree. I feel that this is. So the Moon cards come up. And as I was going to say that, they're going to be able to bring up the psyche of it all, what's wrong, what's out of place, what's been misplaced that people haven't realized. So
and she's saying Cash wore a tie with a surfboarder, and the professional surfboarder died on Obama's property. So that's so interesting. All the comms. I love it. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
Oh, okay. So if the Epstein list comes out, will it be a distraction from something else, like everything else has been? Or will it be front and center?
Really good question, Dennis. Let's have a look and see how that might play out. I mean, it's sort of already been out there, hasn't it? Like, if people wanted to see it, it's definitely been out there. But not with now the underground news has become the mainstream media news, really, especially with young people. It's only people probably 60 plus that actually watch mainstream media. I saw it when I was home and I was just going, oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
It's on morning and night. So,
yeah.
I think you could be right, Dennis. We've got our 7 of Cups up again, which is my Chaos card. So, there's going to be definitely something else going on behind the scene when that comes out as well. But,
wow.
As I said, though, 9 of Wands, this has been going on for a long time. It's been that name has been out now for how long? 4 years, like really bandied around a lot. So people know it. They know who he was. They know what the island was. They've got an idea. There was stuff that went on there that was not fantastic. So I feel it's it could be also time.
Did we ever talk about Epstein here?
Oh, see, I don't remember half the time what we do talk about. I don't know. Maybe someone on the chat will remember if we did. Yeah.
Because we should look into that, because I don't think he's dead.
No. I think we did look into that, and I don't think he was either.
Yeah.
I think just vaguely. So yeah, but they're working in partnership, Dennis. So if that comes out, there's definitely something else going on that's actually going to work with it at some level. So yeah, so I reckon there'll be something else going on behind the scenes if that comes out fully front and center, and it's like got a judicial aspect to it. Like, this has now gone through the court. This is something that we can tell you, and this is the evidence. There'll definitely be something else they're doing as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a good question. What happened to Big Mike? I mean, she used to be in all the shows and all, like, just everywhere.
She's just poof. Oh, did I say that? She just went. Okay, let's have a look and see. Whoo, poof, magician card. It's all smoke and mirrors. Just poof. I just keep getting poof, gone.
Poof, poof.
Poof. That's it. And then this card comes up. So yeah, it's like, just doesn't exist. Does not exist. Does the world, something new, something, it's just completely doesn't exist anymore is the words I keep getting. It's so weird. Celebration about that. 3 of Cups.
Yes, of course.
Really big celebration. But you're gone is what I'm getting.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Okay, so she's saying a sheriff just posted a video. He and someone worked on Obama's certificate to prove that it was valid, but then found out it wasn't.
Oh, about what? Yeah. So what do they call that? Finding a positive negative?
Yeah. So there was supposed to be a financial crash. And there's still people out on YouTube putting out videos that the prophecy that they're seeing is there's a financial crash. But I just don't see them doing it under Trump. I just don't see that they would allow that under him, because then that would definitely make people not trust him and not, So is the financial crash that supposedly was going to happen, that still people say is going to happen, is it really going to happen?
Straight away, I was getting, it could have been a different timeline, because that 9 of Wands has come up. So, that really rough, everything was like this. So, and now we've got the Page of Cups. Again, this is a small emotional, something new emotionally, with some wisdom in it. So, I think there can be some big drops and things that happen. But because of everything that's in place now, like I feel there'll be a snapback really quickly. So that Knight of Pentacles is bringing a message one step at a time. Again, it might drop heaps, and then people like go and buy gold like they normally do, or whatever they do to counteract it. But I feel that there's going to be so much coming through that's so positive, and it's still being worked on. 8 of Pentacles, there's definitely ongoing work on this. So I don't feel it's going to be like it was going to be.
No, right, exactly. Like, I don't feel like
feel that.
It doesn't feel like it. And again, I would not think they would allow this to happen under him. There's no way they would allow it. I mean, the whole idea was that it was going to happen under Biden, and it never happened. So,
yeah,
it's
going to be different.
Yeah. So under Trump, I just don't see it. No way they're going to allow that.
And if there is these big drops or whatever that happen with the market, I reckon they'll have something so ready to go, this is why it's happened. This is how it's being controlled. And then they can expose the central banking system, federal, which isn't it, the federal, what do you call it? The Federal Bureau or whatever it's called, the banking thing.
The
It's
reserve.
all private. Yeah, Federal Reserve. It's not even a government
Right.
national thing. So maybe they would use it as an amazing way to bring out some truths, I think, if it did happen.
Right. But the, where it could be like, oh, well, but the treasury has taken over and everything's beautiful and pretty and,
Exactly. So they'll work in unison with whatever they make happen. It will be balanced out with that Lover's card
yeah.
coming up.
So then that brings me to another question, because there's still a lot of preppers out there. A lot of people, I went to a peace festival, and it was in this place where it was a beautiful place. And I thought it was a place that they were going to create a community, but it was like, well, what we sell is a piece of land so that if there's an emergency where you have to evacuate, you have your piece of land here and you can come for 3 months, and I'm thinking, that's not going to happen. Like, that is this, the preppers need to let it go. Like, seriously, just time to say bye-bye. We are not on that timeline. And
No.
I just, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the people in the state national group are into that, right? They're into they're preppers. So what can the cards tell the preppers?
Yeah, and I mean, if that's how you want to live your life, if you want to be someone that has all of that stuff and does your own thing, and go for it. If it's coming from a place of fear, though,
Right.
then this is the difference in life. So the first cut up was the moon. So it's like a displaced energy that's really affecting, I think, some people's psyche. I think it's smart to have some anyway. I mean, we had like 4 or 5 days with no electricity. I think it's really smart to have some basic stuff that you need to sort of get by if something like that. Like we had a tornado here at last Christmas before. So yeah, for sure, just everyday stuff, but to go the full hog. So that's why I feel that our Page of Cups has come up. Take some action that brings you some emotional relief with being wise. I've always got some extra stuff and some candles and some batteries and things like that, water. But the rest of it, walk away from it. 8 of
Yeah.
Cups.
Yeah,
Find
let
something
it
better.
go. Let it go,
Let it
because
go.
that's what you're going to manifest. You're going to put yourself in a timeline that's going to
Yeah.
suck.
The 8 of Wands, it's saying that things are manifesting now really fast. Be very mindful. I mean, having gratitude for abundance. I mean, that's one of the best ways to keep that abundance coming through as well. And rather than going, oh, I haven't got enough, or I might lack it, so I'll go and stash it and store it. So the universe goes, oh, they need lack. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you're buying a piece of land in case some emergency happens, guess what? So it's I just, again, we all want to have our own food forest and our own homestead and our own food. And of course, that's why I was there, because ultimately I want to create a community where people are doing this and they're coming together, sort of like a hippie commune, but to prep in case of emergency, and you stash food for 3 months because like the end of the world's coming. Like, no, sorry, that's not happening. It's not
No,
happening.
exactly. You'd be logical about life, you'd be smart about life, and just know your neighbors. I just think it's so important that we already are connected to our community anyway. I mean, that should be a given. So there's no fear around anything. It's
Right, exactly. That's the other thing, right? We got to let go of fear.
Mm,
And it's funny
mm.
because I requested to talk in one of the next peace festivals, and I am going to ram this down their throat. Like, of course it's going to be subconsciously. I'm not going to come on and say, stop doing that. No, I'm going to say, well, when you're thinking that you need to have these things, then you're telling the universe, give me a reason to have that. So, so I'm going to be talking about creating reality, and, what you think and what you say is what you create. So,
Yeah, I know. It's interesting, isn't it? And I think we all have to go through the experiences of it. I think it was way back in 2012, and I was doing some prepping, but I had some lovely land, and whatever. And then I was going, oh God, this is so boring. I'm sick of this. And I just stopped. So I just enjoyed growing all my plants because I love gardening, and I enjoy eating my own plants. And I, did all the beautiful methods you do so it actually works for your body and your DNA, and really enjoyed it. And it was so good physically, like digging in the garden. And so, so I left the prepping
yeah,
behind way
yeah,
back, way
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about, when I say prepping, I'm talking about
yeah,
like having like 3 months worth of canned food and dried food from Patriot, whatever. Like they sell
yeah.
you this dried food that you can, for like emergency type stuff, or bunkers, people that have bunkers, and yeah, doomsday stuff, like Kathy
Yeah.
says. Yeah,
Yeah. No,
yeah. So yeah, it's time to let that go. We've moved timelines. We are in the
I
good
agree.
high vibrational timeline. Enjoy it. It's like butter. Enjoy
Oh
it.
my God. You're not going to believe it. Jazzy was just jumping in, and he was going, it's all gold, it's all gold, it's all sunshine. And then this card comes out, the sun. So he's going, it's all yellow, it's gold. This is what he was saying to me. Got the sun card. Thanks, Jasper.
Absolutely. That's how I see it, and
Yeah.
it is, I went to dinner with my kids yesterday, and they're like, yeah, I don't think we're going to have kids because it's the end of the world. And I was like,
God, I know.
it makes me
Sorry.
so sad for people that are believing this.
But I've been hearing this all my life from people. Oh, I can't bring kids into this world. Well, no, but you help make it a more beautiful world if that's what you're thinking. You don't just keep reiterating that, oh, this is a terrible world, so I'm not having children. For me, it was a complete choice of I just choose to not have children. I love them. Someone else can have them and I get to play with them. But it wasn't anything to do with doomsday stuff. But that's how people think and live.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
sad, Elisa.
It
So
is.
no
It's sad.
grandkitties for you.
And yeah, I don't, how do I show them they're wrong? Because I can't. They're, they have Trump derangement syndrome. So I,
Yes. Yeah, that's
yeah,
hard. That's
yeah,
really hard.
yeah.
Who knows what might help them change, though? We don't know. Miracles happen and things are changing. So just,
I need to do what I teach, right? Which is
yes,
visualize
yes.
them, you know, seeing the way that things are. And that I just need to put that out there more and see it and create it.
Yeah. And describe the world that you see to them when they say things like that. Oh, but it's so amazing. Like we have all of these beautiful things and this happens and it's just like a little miracle every moment. It just, yeah.
Yeah, I will try.
I know.
So anything else, Maree? Anything? I don't really have anything else, so we can
No.
close out a little bit early today.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's lovely to chat to everyone and the really good questions. Yeah, I love it. It's always makes me think more. But I'll be a bit more focused again this next week coming. I'll have more I'll listen more, I'll remember more. I still can't remember what it was I wanted to remember from last week.
Yeah,
So
no worries. No worries. And if you guys want us to talk about anything next week, let me know and we can put it on the list. So, yep.
yeah,
Awesome. All right, guys, we love you. Stay high vibing. Only good things are coming. So,
definitely.
we love you.
Lots of love.
Bye-bye, everybody.